What's up, Homestead homies? It's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I'm Doug.
I'm Stacy.
And today we're going to talk about one of the other major pollinators on the homestead. Alright guys, so the bees aren't the only pollinators around the homestead. One of the other ones, and we really enjoy watching them too.
Oh, it's my favorite little bird, live with the guineas.
Are the hummingbirds. They're like really hard workers too. You ever seen them flap their wings? How many times do they flap their wings? I forget what it is. Do you remember?
I don't know that one, but I do know that their little heart rates can go almost to 1,200 beats per minute.
Wow.
So that's a lot. They burn a lot of energy.
That's great. So
Yeah.
what do you want to talk about?
Well, I just want to talk about, people talk about the bees to pollinate, and hummingbirds. I've always had a fascination with hummingbirds ever since we took the kids to Estes Park, and they were everywhere.
Colorado.
In Colorado, and I just got obsessed with them, and so I started researching them and trying to get the feeders out and trying to get as many hummingbirds as I can because they're just fascinating little things.
Now, when do they come around here?
And that's something for you to, if you want to bring them to your area, and let's say you don't have them, you can get online and you can check and find out when the scouts come in early spring. And I usually try to put my feeders out a week before it says. So we're in zone 6 out here in Missouri, and around April, 24th or so, 25th is when they come. And it was so funny, this year they came right on that day.
Right.
But it was great. But I always try to get them out a week before, and then that way they come and they know they have a food source.
You know how I know they're about to come? Because all of a sudden these extra feeders start popping up from the stores and stuff that Stacy's getting. So we have 2 or 3, then we have 4 or 5, then we have 6 or 7. So then I know it's getting close to hummingbird time.
Okay, so let me tell you how awesome these hummingbirds are. And then if you don't have them, you need to make sure you get them, or just kind of do a little extra work to get them. Hummingbirds are one of the smartest birds.
Really?
Really, really, really smart. They're little heads. They have a very smart little brain in there. And their brain can do a lot of stuff. They are so smart that they know where all the flowers are. That when they go from flower to flower, and they know.
It's like a GPS too, like a bee, I guess.
They do. They know how long it takes, the flower to bloom. They know, for me, when I go out there and I put a clean thing of hummingbird food, they're out on it, and the second I hang it up, they're out there. They are watching me all the time.
Now, most people want to know, one of our YouTube fans just put out a hummingbird feeder, and they always put that red dye in it.
Right, and when you go to the store and you buy them and it has a red dye, they do like the color red. If you're going to get a lot of flowers, make sure the red colors, because the red they're attracted to. But on the hummingbird feeders, there's red on them. So if that's a step that you don't want to do, and then the dye and all that, I don't put any red dye in mine, and I have tons of hummingbirds. Sugar in the water is fine. Your ratio of your sugar to water in your hummingbird feeders is 1 to 4. So 1 part sugar to 4 parts water.
Oh.
So
I know other stuff too, we don't really go for dye. And we kind of treat our animals like we would our children, right? So if you wouldn't give your kid a red dye, or,
right,
you wouldn't want to give it to the hummingbird, right?
Right. So I just didn't give them the sugar and the water.
But what happens is sheeple, and I'm not saying anything bad about anybody, it's just the way we're brought up and programmed, and you see a hummingbird feeder and the person that you saw having it has red dye in it, or they say put red dye in it, so then you automatically, without even thinking about it, you put the red dye in it. And it's not necessary, and
no,
it's not good for it.
No, you don't need to. They'll still come.
Right.
People come here and they're like, you don't have red dye in your hummingbird feeders?
Right, we just had, who was just here? And they said that. Oh, what's her face? With
Jennifer?
the kids.
Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer.
Oh, Jennifer and Kevin. Yeah.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry, I forgot your name.
So that's another thing. And let me tell you a little bit more about these little guys. They're really smart, and I already told you that. They're very smart. They remember the flowers.
Like me.
Their migration paths when they come back, from where they're coming from.
And they remember where they got the food last time they were here.
They know everything. They remember every little thing.
Right.
And then they have really good hearing, and they can even hear little insects on plants and flowers. They can hear really, really good.
Yeah, they can't hear that good because we've had a cat snatch them up before.
Well, that was kind of a freak thing. And they're fierce little hunters. These birds love to get bugs.
Oh, the hummingbird?
You don't think that at all.
Oh.
See, they're so wonderful on the farm or the homestead or in your homes. They like soft body type of
bugs.
bugs. So like mosquitoes and gnats and aphids.
Like Zika mosquitoes?
Don't be funny. Don't go there. And so.
Oh, you guys don't want to know we're talking about the Zika stuff.
Maybe we'll do another video on that one. And so, and they also like the eggs, like, you know, the larvae and the eggs and like the caterpillars and stuff like that. So they like to eat those. And they're great pollinators because when they stick their little faces into the flowers, they get the nectar in the pollen, on their faces. And then they pollinate too.
Oh, right.
So they're just totally, you know, awesome. You know, besides, you know, the honeysuckle and the bee balm and butterfly bushes and all the different flowers that you have. I mean, they're just wonderful, wonderful little creatures. They're so much fun to watch, and they're beneficial. And all of you guys, hopefully, if you don't have them, try to put a lot more feeders out. Because
the more the
they're
merrier.
social little creatures, and they're
Right.
so amusing. So if you just have one feeder, maybe put a couple of them together, and then you'll start, you know, acquiring more and more.
Right.
And you need to make sure that a lot of times people will put the food in there and they just leave it in there. It gets moldy, the ants get in it.
Right.
You should really change it every 2 weeks, and then that way it'll keep them coming back for more.
Yeah, they like it clean just like everybody else,
Yeah.
right?
So they're just great. I just love them.
I know there's something else about them, though.
What?
I don't know. I'm just waiting for you to say something else. We're not wrapping it up already, are we?
No, I guess that's about it. I just, you know, I urge you guys to try to, you know, get these
Why are you
hummingbirds
urging
on
them?
here. Because they're just fascinating, and they're great, and it's just something that's just with a little extra work, you know, bring them along. If, let's say you don't have bees and you want some other little pollinators, and they do eat the bugs, so,
Yeah.
you know, they're
They're
great.
fun to watch. They like zzz, 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 zzz.
Yeah, they're kind of territorial too.
Yeah.
You can see that, you know, they
Because
kind
we
of.
probably, I mean, I don't know. There's probably a dozen or so that are coming around here,
Yeah,
I
oh
guess.
yeah.
But the more feeders we put out, I notice the more that we get.
Yep, oh, they're just great, so.
All right, so now the other thing we want to talk to you guys about is June. That's the month we're in right now, and we're doing a giveaway of a solar oven, okay?
Woohoo!
And the way we're going to do it, because it's like $300 value, right, is that we're going to hold, we're going to have you guys, it's a $5 like ticket or raffle or whatever, entry fee, whatever you want to call it, $5, and that helps us sustain our homestead, right? And every $5 you put in gives you an opportunity, better than a lotto ticket, because your chances of winning are going to be a lot better, gives you a chance to win the solar oven. Okay, and we're going to hold the drawing on June 20th. That's the first day of summer, and there'll be one person who wins, okay? So if you guys don't want to leave negative comments, okay, but if you guys want to be in on the drawing, then you can use our PayPal link only, or you can send it to the P.O. box that's in the description below, okay? So the PayPal link and the P.O. box are in the description below, and if you use PayPal, make sure you put your name and your address and all the pertinent information, and then when we draw on June 20th, we'll send you an email. Make sure you give us your email address, even if you write it in and send it to the P.O. box, and that'll get you into the entry, and then we'll be able to contact you and let you know, and then we're going to ship it right to your house, okay? So that's the only way we could think about doing it. We wanted to do a giveaway, but we couldn't really just like justify it with comments or something, and this helps us at the same time sustain the homestead, okay? Because right now we're getting hay put up for winter time, and we're doing all this other stuff, so that helps us, and we're helping you guys too. And it's whatever. Every time you want to be in on the drawing for $5, you get a ticket in there. So if you want to give $20, then you get 4 entries. Okay, so there's no limit to it. Everyone who wants to get in on it. If you want to buy one week or 2 weeks, whatever, then you can do that. All right. So that way it's just like buying lottery tickets, like probably most of you guys do. We don't. But that gives you a good chance to win. It increases your odds, okay? And again, we thought about it a lot, and that's the best way that it's a win-win for everybody, okay? So we got that going on. Also, June 22nd, okay, at 7 p.m., we're going to have a webinar with the solar oven, All-American Solar Oven inventor, owner, whatever, Paul. I'm going to leave that link below as well. And you have to pre-register. It doesn't cost anything to pre-register. And that way you can one-on-one talk to him about the solar oven. You guys can ask questions. I mean, it's good to ask me, but it's better to ask the person who invented it.
Yeah,
And that's
he
on
knows a
June
lot.
22nd at 7 p.m. Again, that information is also in the description box below. We still have our, we've still negotiated and have for you guys the discount if you purchase a sun oven. And we also have on that webinar, I think Paul said that he was going to offer a discount at the webinar. So you'll have to sign up for the webinar. It's totally free. And then stick with him on that. And then at the end of the webinar, he's going to announce something for the people that came to the webinar. So what I try to do, you guys, is I'm trying to work hard for you guys too. You see, we give away the flashlight. The father of 4 Homestead won the TI3. We just received the headlamp, so we'll be giving the headlamp away pretty soon. If I review a product, I'm always trying to get an extra one so I can give it away to you guys. And we try to make that really easy. But like I said, on the sun oven thing, I thought it would be advantageous for everybody. You guys can help us. You support us. You love our channel. You love the information we bring you. And then also, man, for $5, you get the opportunity. You can win a $300 sun oven. So we appreciate you guys watching and checking it out. All the information that I just said is going to be down below in the description box. All you have to do is hit the Show More tab, and it'll open it up, and it'll have all the information right there. All right? So we look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. This is Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I'm Doug.
And I'm Stacy.
And we'll see you guys later.